Hey everyone, welcome back to Teenager Therapy. I'm Gael.
I'm Thomas.
I'm Kayla.
And welcome back to another episode of Teenager Therapy, live from New York.
In New York.
Soho.
If you haven't tuned into the recent episodes, we are in New York for the summer. Have we said it enough? Has every other bitch told you that enough? We're here for summer. We're here for the summer. Everyone's here for the summer, it seems. We're here for 2 months, June and July. And we're actually now finishing our first month. It's currently June 28th, and we're about to finish. So it's definitely a weird experience of all the things that happen when you move in with your two closest friends who are also your coworkers and your childhood friends and so many other things. So we thought we would talk about what it's like moving in together. Was it everything we hoped for and more? Was it everything we romanticized? Or are there things that we were not prepared for?
I think I'm very used to Kayla just because we spent a whole month traveling together and sleeping next to each other in the same bed. And so that I was fine with. Adjusting to Gael, that is something that, you know, was kind of a process for me just because Gael is a little more nitpicky than Kayla. I feel Kayla's very chill about everything, but Gael, not so chill.
Are you talking about like loudness, cleansiness?
Just like living it with him generally.
Also, sorry if you hear background noise. We are actually doing this in a studio. So there's people everywhere. So sorry about that.
Yeah.
Okay, but what are you talking about? Let's not get off topic.
Okay, in my household, I washed all the dishes at the end of the day. At the end of the day, that's how me and my roommate did it. That's how me and my family does it. We wash all of our dishes at the end of the day. And Gael was so on my ass about me not washing like a mug, a plate. And I'm like, well, it's not the end of the day yet. Like, I'll get to it when the day is over. Because I don't know. I like to get it all, you know, it's like it's a routine for me to wash at night. It's therapeutic. It's how I was raised. But Gael thought differently.
There's been a lot of culture shocks.
A lot.
There's been a lot of culture
butter
shocks
penthouse.
as we live together, because I think for one we come from different families and different routines, and also I think I of course didn't go to college, so for one, I've never experienced dorm life. They've experienced dorm life. What I've experienced is family life. And so I've kind of been doing, back at home, I've been doing grocery shopping for my family. I do all of that. I clean the house. You know, it's like it's a household. I'd be running that household, right? Mm-hmm. And now coming into this Airbnb, living with everyone, the first thing that I notice is like, oh, wow, I feel like there's such a difference in how you guys have been living versus how I've been living and how we need to live now. Because I'm like, we're not going to shop at Trader Joe's. Like, that's not a real grocery store if we're staying for 2 months. Like,
that's another thing I was going to bring up is that for me, I like to just get things when I need them. I will run to a local grocery store, get the things I need, and call it a day. Gael, he keeps trying to make trips to Costco like every other week. And I'm like, oh, we can chill. We don't need to buy a pack of 64 eggs for the month. But we did buy a pack of 64 eggs for the month.
Yeah, I think. And also, my dorm situation was, I feel like towards the end, the apartment was a little bit messier than usual, you know. And now living together.
The girlies had their boyfriends over. That was what was going on.
We were all just busy. We were caught up with things. And now, like, living together, it sort of brings back, like, little memories of just living together with my roomies at the time. And it's so funny because something that we poked fun at with Thomas is, like, at home he would always be talking about how his little brother is like so messy. He'd be like,
So messy.
he's not, he leaves the floor
doesn't
like
clean up
wet, he
after
doesn't clean
himself.
up,
Yeah.
you know. And Gael and I noticed, like, out of all of us, you're like your little brother.
He's like his little brother. He really is.
He really is. And it's so funny because, I mean, you guys are brothers, of course. There has to be some similarity there, of course. But it's just
I
so
wash
funny.
my
It's
dishes.
funny.
I just don't do it immediately.
No, but even your clothes too.
Okay, that's one thing
His
I will
clothes,
admit.
I'm like, that's crazy. Good look.
Clothes
Yeah.
everywhere. And that's
Everywhere.
That's something that I can't change about myself because I clean up all the time after myself. I will reorganize my closet the next morning back because I like to try on a lot of different outfits.
Yeah.
That's just who I am, and I'll leave those outfits out because I'm like, oh, well, I'm gonna pick it up tomorrow. Like, I'm gonna wear that tomorrow, so I'll just leave that there. But it's not even that messy. Like, it's messy, but it's all on like my areas. You know what I mean? It's not getting in the way of Gael's. It's fine.
Do you think that's true, Kyle?
Well, the thing is,
It's true.
no, I think living together, I am unknowingly organized, but also messy in my own like way, of course, like everyone else. But something that I like back at home is I just dislike coming home to like a dirty house, an unorganized house. I need everything to like be put away, everything to be cleaned. I like, one of the things that annoys me is I hate when I'm about to start cooking and there's dirty dishes, there's things like on the stove, there's things that aren't put away, things like there's ingredients lying around. I like, oh my God, that annoys me. Before I start cooking, everything needs to be cleaned, the dishes needs to be washed, and it needs to be a clean slate. And then funny enough, actually, so I used to get a lot of shit from my hubby because he would always be like, can you please clean as you go? Can you clean as you go? And I'd be like, I'll clean it once I finish eating. Like I don't need to do it right now. And I was so against that habit. And now I need that habit of clean as you go. Use it, put it away, use it, put it away, use it, put it away. So at the end, you have less to clean up.
I feel the exact same way.
Yeah.
I feel the exact same way. And I think specifically in this situation, the house that we're living at, it doesn't have lots of bowls. It has like 2 pans, 2 spatulas. It has like 2 of everything. And there's 4 people living together. And so I feel like in this case, washing when you're done is the way to go.
Yes, and I totally understand that.
Yeah.
But the things I'm leaving in in like the sink, it's like 1 mug. It's like 1
I
plate.
don't get on you for that. If it's like pans though,
Yeah, obviously,
That
if
I'm
you're
like-
using pans, you gotta wash
Yeah.
it.
So-
So people are gonna use that. But
Also, something that does affect this is that we're in New York. This Airbnb is small. You already know you don't get a lot of space in New York, and I'm really feeling that now. I'm like, the kitchen is tiny. There's really room on the countertop to put 1 or 2 dishes, and that's it. So if you're cutting something, you don't have anywhere to put your plate, especially if you're using the stove. And I just get so mad when I like run out of space. So space is already a valuable resource, and we don't have a lot of it. And it's just like, because things are so cramped, I feel like it makes it especially important for everything to be cleaned up, like put away, things where they're supposed to be, because or else I just can't handle it. Like I feel even more cramped when things aren't like that. But I was getting on Thomas's ass, like, please clean up your fucking dishes. I felt like I was going in and having to wash everyone's dishes because nobody washed their dishes. And then I realized it's more of a personal thing. Like, if it really does bother me that much, then I'll just do it for myself. But then I was like, okay, but I don't want to clean up after people. So the system that we came to is, since we all get 1 bowl and 1 mug and 1 cup, we use that and can wash it whenever we want. But if you use more and you use someone else's mug, that would cause them to have to wash it because you use too many, then you wash it. And that's been a good system.
I didn't even know that system was
Yeah,
in place.
I didn't know
But
that
I've
system
been,
was
I
in
mean, I've
place
just been,
either.
I have 1 cup that I use all the time. It's on my nightstand. I take it to my desk. I take it to my little vanity area. I take it to the living room. And I use that cup specifically. And you accuse me of like, did you get my cup?
She
Did
steals
you
my
get my
cups
cup?
all the time.
I don't steal
Kyle,
shit.
no, Kyle takes my cups. He actually takes my
But now
cups.
think about it. I was like, Kyle, as you're talking, I was thinking of things that you've done that have irked me, but I just didn't say it because I was like, this isn't worth it. But I
Or maybe you
remember,
should.
I
No, say it,
remember,
please.
no, I remember specifically one time I was about to cook and something that you do, by the way, that you don't, I don't know if you notice or not, when you're done cooking, you just like leave like the cutting board out. Like you just leave it out. You leave whatever vegetable or whatever thing you were cutting there, and you leave your knife there. And it really irks me. And I remember one time I told you, I was like, Gal, can you put your cutting board away? And you're like, yeah, okay. And then you sit down on the couch, and I'm like, and I'm just like, I literally had a physical reaction. I was like, oh my God, that irked me so bad. But I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put it in the sink. I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to put it in the sink.
So crazy. I literally had no clue. Like,
No.
that's such an easy fix. I was just like,
No, it's not. But the thing is, that's how you said, I don't want to clean up after you. And I don't want to do that all the time.
yeah.
But another thing,
yeah.
another thing too, is that I've noticed when you take a shower, your hair, like, it falls out, right? And I see it in the drain. And that irks me. There's nothing I hate more than seeing hair in the shower.
You have to just.
I know, and also it gets in the way of the water like draining properly. That has
happened to me too.
Yes, and you don't take out your hair, and so I have to take out your hair all the time. And like my long ass hair that sheds so much, you guys know it sheds so much. Literally, it's a process. I kid you not, it's a process after I get out of the shower for me to take out all the hair from the restroom, and you can't even take it out of the drain.
I will say I have adjusted to Gael's annoyingly organized lifestyle. I will wash dishes that aren't even mine because I'm scared someone's gonna get mad at me. Like, that's genuinely what it is. I see
this
dishes.
This is what fear does.
Like, oh, Gael's gonna blame me for these dishes even though they aren't mine, so I wash them. I'm like, okay, crisis averted, but you know, you have to make some sacrifices.
I think that's what I'm realizing is living together takes sacrifices from all of us, even if it's little or small, or sacrifices that we don't even say out loud. We're all sacrificing something.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not even like that nitpicky of a person compared to you guys. Like, I genuinely, I don't care.
I think I'm nitpicky, but not to the same extent as Gael.
I'm definitely the most.
Like, I can tolerate some mess. But for the most part, I'm like, I'm not a messy person.
I definitely. Well, the funny thing about this is that's how a family works, and I think you guys just haven't experienced that before. Maybe like that sounds so like weird, but like,
me living
like
in my home with my family, a function.
So,
wow.
so guys, this is what a functional family actually looks like. Like, no. Because I think for a lot of people, it's always like a battle with their siblings of like, you didn't do this, this needs to do this, you didn't do this, I didn't do this, and it's not mine. Like, in my family, the way it works is we all kind of just cover for each other. Like, sometimes I don't have enough time to wash my dishes because I'm busy and I'm working, so my sister washes them, or my mom washes them, or if my mom's busy, I wash them, my sister's busy, I wash them. And so it's kind of like an exchange of constant favors that's like, if you need a helping hand, I'm just going to help you if I have extra time. Like, a lot of times, if I notice, like, oh, I have extra time, they haven't washed the dishes, it's okay, I'll just wash for them. If I notice someone's, like, really busy, they haven't, like, ate, I'm like, okay, I'll cook for them. And it's just, like, little sacrifices like that, I think, is how I expect the dynamic to work of, like, yeah, like, of course, if you have extra time, why wouldn't you wash someone's dish if you're already washing them? Like, that seems like a given. But I think when it comes to, like, dorm situations, you're so used to like we split it evenly and nothing else, and so that's something that I had to get used to because it would annoy me when I would get back home after like being gone the entire day and seeing like all the dishes and even like a couple that were mine still there because I'm like, no one could help clean the house. Like the people, because I get angry being in the dirty house. Like I need to open the windows, I need to clean the things, wipe everything down. And so living together is like, yeah, sacrifice.
That's so real. I totally get that. I am curious as to like, because Thomas and Gael, they're sleeping together. They're like in the same room. So I'm curious like how that aspect is specifically.
It hasn't been bad.
I was going to say, I don't think it was as bad as I was expecting it to be because Gael and I do bicker quite a bit. We were bickering right before this podcast because I don't know what it is.
I think it's one of those periods where you guys just bicker a lot.
Yeah, I think so too. And normally before bed, we don't bicker. I think we're both too tired to bicker.
We're out.
You guys have worn each other out so much.
Yeah, but during the day, especially in the morning, like afternoon, that's That's usually when things just like go awry. But yeah, I mean, sometimes Gal, he hogs up the blanket. He's just, I don't, I mean, it's really not too big of a problem.
Whole bed. Like, I sleep
Not
like a mummy.
even, okay.
I will say that. I sleep like a mummy. I tuck my little arms in. I tuck my legs in. I like am straight on my
So
back.
dainty.
And I'm like, me. And barely take up any space. Little old lanky dainty me. But Thomas is like stretched out. And even though I'm already taking such little space, he finds a way to make me scoot over even more.
You're such a liar because you do not sleep like a mummy. You might start by sleeping like a mummy, but you move around. You're switching positions. You're getting on my side. I just don't say
Wrestling.
anything.
I'm setting up a camera. I'm setting up a TikTok
Oh,
live stream.
please.
It's like a paranormal activity
You know
type
those
thing.
TikTok live streams of like, watch me sleep? I'm going to set one of those up and you guys better come watch like and see who's right.
Scary.
Yeah, but it hasn't been that bad, to be honest. I think it's just like small things that I've learned to get over. Because sometimes I'm like, no one's taking the fucking trash out unless I ask. Like, guys, it's literally overflowing and no one has taken it out. And like, it's just things that it's like, why? But for the most part, it hasn't been bad. Our next Airbnb is going to have more space. And I think that will help
it's going to
a
be
lot.
so good. 2 restaurants. That's
Big
what we
living
need.
room,
That is
full
amazing.
kitchen.
Does it have an oven?
It does.
Yes? Okay.
It does. So,
Baking.
yeah, things have been better. The other thing that I've noticed that's crazy is motherfuckers don't know how to cook.
Leave me alone.
They do not know how to cook.
I usually never know when something's ready. I'm like, I guess it's ready,
get
right?
that.
I always have to ask,
I get that.
like Cassidy or Gael, oh, is this ready? Like,
And
can
he
I eat
always
this?
asks us to cut things for him.
Oh,
He cannot
guys,
cut things.
I have this really, like, I have this thing where I don't fuck with knives. I don't like cutting stuff. I only will use a butter knife for most things. And, like, if I really have to cut something, okay. But if I can avoid it, I will avoid it. And I don't like cutting stuff. It's just one of those irrational fears.
Yeah. So it's quite an exciting thing living together. It's fun. I think it's fun. Something about it has also made me realize that the reason why I don't understand why people are like, New York is lonely, it's a big city. It's like, well, of course it doesn't feel lonely. I essentially took everyone that I was already hanging out with and just brought them with me. So now it's like,
That's real. I think that's another aspect of why I haven't gotten as homesick as I thought, because a part of my home came with me.
literally.
So that's been really nice. But Cass and I, we were talking about this one night, and it feels like it is a little home and it is a little family. And this time, at least for like Thomas and I, it's a somewhat functional one, or more functional than back at home.
Yeah.
And so it's really sweet and nice that we have a support system at the house, you know? So yeah,
living with your
it's
friends
just really
is
sweet.
fun. What?
It's fun. It's fun. It has its ups and downs,
yeah,
of course.
it definitely does. You don't get space when you need space.
Real.
But other than that, it's been fun.
It has been a lot of fun.
Yeah. The main thing is like sacrifices is what makes a family functional. You can't be selfish in a family. You really have to be selfless. And so if you're thinking about living with your friends, like look for selfless people that would, like are just gonna help you out, because that makes it so much easier.
Mm-hmm.
But also moving on to something lighter, like the grocery store thing, like I genuinely was like, guys, we need all this food. We're going to finish it. And everybody was like, we're not finishing that. It's not going to happen. We ran out in like a week.
No, yeah. And at the beginning of the week, we had so much food. So in abundance, really. Now we just have like eggs. And
Egg
we
whites.
ran out of potatoes today. We don't even have
just have
potatoes.
eggs and egg whites.
We just have eggs and egg whites. And
With
so
like wilted spinach.
yeah, it's surprising how much groceries we use in a week. And I wasn't used to that. Sue me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just not used to cooking for myself. Like, yes, I'll cook breakfast, but that's it. That's like the most I'll do. And I was learning how to cook like sophomore year of college, but damn, you guys go through food fast, and I didn't realize that.
He called us fatties.
This is what happens when you eat
no, it's
3
just
meals a day.
No, yeah, I get it.
yeah, 3 meals. That's crazy to me.
3 meals.
My first meal is at 5 p.m. because I'm like waking up at noon.
Oh, that's another thing. Sleeping habits. Our I feel like when I wake up, I usually wake up around like 10:30, which I am trying to fix. I'm trying to fix.
Self-aware.
I am, because every morning I wake up and I'm like, this shouldn't have happened.
This shouldn't have
But
happened
it
again on the
happened.
28th
Literally.
day.
No, literally. Because no, I set my alarms for like 9:30, but I don't wake up until 10:30.
Oh, I hear those alarms
Do you?
go off over and over. And she's just, I'm
Okay.
like, maybe she's gonna wake up this
Well,
time.
you see,
No.
the effort is there, and I'm trying. Please. But yeah, when I wake up, Cass is gone. She's not even like sleeping next to me. Like, she's just gone out of the house. Period. Gael is in the living room in the table, and Thomas is like knocked out. And it's just like, that's been the routine for the past few days, really.
Yeah, I hate waking up at noon. I hate it. I have, I mean, it's just a habit I have. And also, I've been having a lot more later nights where I come home like after midnight. So I end up just like sleeping in, which is fine because there's nothing I need to really do to like do in the morning or anything. But yeah, I'd be sleeping till noon.
I've been struggling to adjust to this new routine because back at home I would wake up at 8 and I feel like I'm waking up late, even though it's not even that bad. But like waking up at like 9:30, like
I wake up an hour after you, and you're giving
you
me.
wake up at 11.
I wake up at 10:30. I might exit out of the room at 11, but that's because I have my downtime.
Right.
I have my
Does
downtime.
downtime count? Let's think about it.
It does.
No, so yeah, and I've just
Downtime and you just got up.
yeah.
Well, okay.
That's what I'm like.
Okay,
Okay,
wait.
sleeping.
No, wait. Genuine question. When you guys wake up, you guys are already like, okay, I'm up.
Yes.
Like the second you wake
try
up,
to
you're
be.
like out.
I try to be because if I'm on my phone, I'm not getting up for another hour.
The second I wake up, my alarm goes off. I open my eyes. I go shut it off. Go to the restroom. Wash my face. Put on my sunscreen. And drink water.
I'll check
And
my
I'm
phone really quick, but I won't stay on my phone. That's it.
That's why I
Oh.
don't have I don't sleep with my phone next to me because I want
That's
to avoid that,
crazy.
or else I will. Be
No, but even then, I don't do like a deep dive into like I'm not immediately like, oh, let me check my Twitter, Instagram things. I'm just like, do a quick scan of like my notifications, and then I'll like lay there for a little bit, and then sometimes I'll read, and then I'll
I do that after I have to get up, or else I just like stay in bed. Wow. Yeah. So yeah, no, it's been hard. I've been trying to wake up earlier. I've done it a couple times and have my routine of going to the gym, but it's just so like walking like 10,000 steps minimum daily, sometimes like 20,000, really like makes it a little harder to get up because you're just like, oh, my feet, they hurt. I don't want to get up. I feel like all my energy has been drained. And so it's moments like those where I'm like, damn, should I be eating more? Should I be eating less? Like this whole like thing is just has me like, I'm a growing boy. I need to feed my body. But then I'm like, God, I don't know anymore. I just feel like I'm tired from walking and I don't have enough rest. But I'm trying.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. I totally overlooked the part that we're walking more and using more energy. So yeah, that makes me feel better.
I feel like I'm not eating enough. Like I eat when I feel like it, and I don't feel like eating for like big chunks of the day. I don't like waking up and immediately eating something.
Okay.
I need at least 3 hours until I actually like, okay, I'm getting hungry, I can eat.
That's so funny because I feel like I have like a routine, and part of that routine is eating. And so sometimes I'm not necessarily hungry, but I feel like I have to eat because it's part of my routine, and it makes me feel like I'm following my routine, and it's what like activates my brain. So sometimes I'm like, I wake up.
And it's probably healthier because you're actually eating.
Yeah, it is.
Meals,
I mean, I
yeah.
guess it is. Yeah, because I need to eat, of course, and like energy for my body. But it's just like sometimes I'm like, am I hungry? Or no. What happens is I hate. Like one thing about me is I like eating with everyone. Like I'm so like in my family, we eat together. We eat like meals together, and so I hate waking up and knowing that I'm not going to eat breakfast until everyone else wakes up, because if I eat breakfast early and then everybody else wakes up to start eating breakfast, I get FOMO and I'm like, no, I have to eat breakfast with them.
Wait, is that actually why you wait?
Yes.
Oh my
that's so
god. Wait, I didn't know that. That's so cute.
Yeah. So
Aw.
I get up and then I wait to eat breakfast with them. And sometimes I'm like, hurry up and wake up. Let's get started with our day. Because I don't feel like my day is starting until I eat breakfast.
God.
That's why he cooks our breakfast for us sometimes. He's like, oh, let
That's
me just
true.
like
That's
get it started for y'all.
That makes sense.
Because he'll just cook breakfast without us asking. I'm like,
yeah,
oh, okay,
which I
cool.
really appreciate,
Yeah, no,
by the
appreciate
way.
it.
I
It's
really
very
appreciate it.
Yeah.
I really do.
No, yeah.
That's so funny.
And I'm like, they need the help. They need like some good
Yeah.
breakfast. So I'm like, I can't stand to see the dishes.
Every time
you
Kyle
guys
whips
make.
me up food, I'm like, wow, okay. Like, yeah.
You could do all this with all these things that we have.
It's
like,
crazy.
yeah, no, because I like a good meal is so important. When I see the meals they be cooking up on their own, I'm just like, I feel sad. And it makes me sad. And so like, I'm like, I need to bring more joy into their life by like at least giving them like this little meal. So
And it does bring joy indeed.
Thank you.
It brings a lot of joy.
Thank you. Yeah. So I've been actually, we've cooked a good, we haven't had much time to eat many dinners together anymore, but in the beginning we did. And so I was like cooking a bunch of the dinners every night, which was nice.
He was father.
Cooked a full hen at one point. Butter marinated that bitch. Butter rub.
It was really good.
That was
I
a good
forgot
one.
about
It was
that.
really
Oh my
good.
God.
That was a good hen.
Yeah. Played Lana in the bag.
Yeah.
Mazzy.
Dinner. Ooh.
Good.
That was like our first and last dinner that we
Yeah.
had together.
Because after that, like, we started going out more, obviously. And
Everyone started to do their
exactly.
own stuff.
So
God, it's so hard to like. I hate how much I've struggled to not eat out. I love having my just home cooked dinner, and I'm just so struggling to find the time for that because I usually eat at around 5, 6, 7 latest, and during those times I'm always out and I don't get home, so I kind of have to eat. So weird adjustments.
yeah, that's another thing I don't like is because we live so far away from the city, which is where we're usually at. And it's just like, I hate spending money on food. Like, you guys know this. I don't like spending money on food just because it's like, I have this at home. Like, I literally have this at home. I could be sparing myself this money. And so it's annoying where I just like, I know that I have to spend money on it. And it's like, I just have to make fate with it. But it's just, I don't like it. And I don't pack lunches, which is maybe on me, whatever. But also, I don't want to pack a lunch. Like, what? What? That's not a thing.
Living in New York City is expensive because I want my coffee, and that's already $7. I want my Weezer bagel, which, guys, I love my Weezer from Tompkins Square Bagels. It's just a bacon, egg, and
amazing.
cheese. Like, it's nothing special, but it's special.
It's so special.
It's so special.
everything.
With
about
the
it.
Everything to
jalapeno
me.
cream
Because I
cheese.
could eat that every day. And that's $12. So 7, 12. That's just the start of my day. I haven't even gone to lunch. I haven't even gone to dinner.
I haven't gone to Sweet Treat.
Sweet
Yes.
treats.
Oh, sweet. And
Sweet
being in New York
treats.
City, the sweet treats are everywhere. It's so easy because you can walk everywhere. You exit like your lunch spot or your dinner spot down the street. There's like 2 ice cream shops. Just calling your name and you have to go.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I will say, I feel like my need for something sweet after I eat has infinitely, exponentially increased
Wow.
after living with everybody.
There's so much dessert to try.
So
and
much.
Especially since Gael and Cassidy are such a dessert people. I
It's
have
rubbed
also
off.
became
Yes.
a dessert person. And I don't really like
Yes.
sweet stuff, but like
One night we literally finished a tub of ice cream just in our room talking.
In
It
bed.
was
guys,
gone.
Van Luen, their ice cream
So good.
is so good. Get the honeycomb one and get the malted cookie dough shake. Those
That
two
one would-
flavors
that one
will
fucked.
really get you. Like,
was
it's
amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Not sponsored, but totally should be.
Halo top moment.
Because we bought
Literally.
like 5 pins of their ice
We're
cream.
gonna collect them at this point.
Yeah.
See them in the background decor. If there's one thing about New York is that EBT will be getting swiped nonstop. It's part of the routine. Like, swipe it for the little treat, swipe it for the little thing, the Van Leeuwen cup, the Van Leeuwen tub. It's getting swiped. That's what we're surviving off of.
I keep it on me every day.
I get mad when I'm like walking near somewhere and I realize I don't have that EBT on me. I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do now? Buy it with my own money?
No.
No.
It's not even an option.
No, it's not an option.
It's like if there's no EBT, we're not buying anything at the grocery store because why the fuck would we do that? No.
Dude,
I'm never going to buy something.
I needed an energy drink because like I was getting so tired, but I had so much to do. I forgot I let Gael use all of my EBT. So I was like, oh wait, I can't even get my energy drink because I'm not gonna spend if I
No, that's just not a
$3.99
thing.
on a Celsius.
No.
that's half of my coffee right there.
God.
What were you gonna ask me?
Oh, this is like something so silly, but I just think this is something everybody wants to know. What's your type? I think that now that
His
Kayla,
chuckle after that is so
I think
funny.
now that Kayla is single and she's out there ready to date, everybody's asking, Kayla.
Everybody's asking, it's you.
No, I know everybody's wondering this.
Okay, yes.
Everyone's thanking me for asking this question.
Oh, yes.
What is your type?
My
Actually,
type.
we can talk about everybody's types, but
yeah. A quick little, yeah. What is my type? Tall. Tall. I love tall. I love dark features, dark hair, dark eyebrows. I love it. Like huge bonus points if you have a buzz cut and it actually looks good on you. Amazing. Love that. If you dress well, if you're funny and you're cool, like, I don't know, if you're ambitious, like, yeah. If you have something going on for you and you're like actually doing something, that's amazing.
Okay, well, you can only have like 2 of those, 3 max, maybe.
I'll take funny. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's my type in a nutshell, I think. Or, right? Is that it?
Yeah, well, yeah. I was gonna say
Thomas knows best, I
Kayla
feel.
likes those edgy guys.
I love edgy.
She loves edgy
edgy.
guys.
Yeah.
We kind of have the same type, but mine leans more towards loserish. Like they're a little nerdier, a little less like
Cool boy.
less cool boy, more just bubbly and a little more like extroverted.
nerdy?
Not nerdy, just like I don't know how to
Like a
explain it.
nice golden retriever.
Oh yeah, like that
Okay.
type of vibe. I
Okay.
like
Mine is like a German shepherd.
a German Shepherd, man. Yeah, I can see
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Porn stashes.
Oh, fuck.
Controversial
Dude.
opinion. Kayla and I, if you can pull off a porn
I
stash, that's good. That's
Amazing. Great.
Automatically catches my eye. If I see a guy with a
Automa-
porn stash, I'm like, wait.
Porn stash, buzz cut, I'm done. Get me out of the room. Get me out. So good.
So good.
But I was going to say something. Oh, yeah. Side little tangent. Something that I briefly told Thomas about was how I feel that on Hinge, it's a lot easier for people to like swipe right or think that you're pretty because obviously you're putting your best pictures out there. But I'm so certain that for some of these people, if they were to see me just walking down the street or at a restaurant or whatever, they would not look twice. They would not look twice. And it's really weird and offsetting and it makes me feel like yucky. Because I'm like, I know that you don't like me in person.
How do you know that?
Because I just get, like, I get that feeling, that vibe, that I just know that you wouldn't.
Babes,
Yeah.
are you just like insecure?
No.
No. It's not even that. It's like some people I'm like, I know we would fuck with each other. But some people I'm just like, girl, I know I'm not your type.
Because it's so easy to just swipe and
Yeah.
and not think twice about it. I mean, I don't think twice about the people I match with sometimes. Like, I'm just,
That's real.
it's on autopilot.
Do you feel
Yeah.
like a catfish?
Oh, no. Am I a catfish?
No.
No, I feel like I look exactly how I look like in picture. Kyle, what are you trying to
I
say?
know. You're like,
No,
No,
like,
I'm
what
just-
do you like? What do you
I'm
mean
just
by it,
kidding.
you know, like,
No, I just feel like because they're seeing me at like my best, that like if I were to run into them or whatever, they wouldn't feel that same attraction,
I get that.
You
I
know?
do get that.
right?
And also, people are just not bold like that in person. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
which is so. I mean, I'm not bold like that in person. So.
No, seriously.
I feel like sometimes, Thomas, with you and your type, I feel like you're like leading yourself into a trap.
Oh, yeah.
Of unhappiness. Like you love having this type that is literally just like a red flag. Like that's your type.
Low key, a little bit.
And then like afterwards, I imagine the surprise like cat that's like, how could he have hurt me? Wait, the having a loser type means they're actually sometimes like an actual loser.
I know, yeah. Because ideally, I like Caleb, like how Caleb put it, a golden retriever man. You just like so happy, so cute. I don't attract those guys. I attract mean ones, guys who hate their life. I attract earth signs, and don't even get me started on earth signs. I don't fuck with earth signs.
Whatever. Okay.
I'm just kidding. I do. I just don't like Virgo or Capricorn men. I don't. So
Nobody blames you.
yeah. I mean, has anyone had a good experience with a Virgo man? A Capricorn man?
I haven't met many.
A Taurus man?
Put it down in the
I
comments
was
down
about
below.
to say.
The best men are fire signs and air signs.
Geminis.
That's an air sign, so yes.
Oh yeah. I didn't know.
Water signs, I don't hear much good
You guys
things
are
about
okay.
them. I don't even meet much water signs, but
Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting.
well, yeah, that's it for this episode.
Thank you so much for listening. We'll see what we write down for the poll.
Things got a little passion at the end.
Yeah.
Quite passionate.
Unexpected. It was just a little update on our
Yeah.
Everything that's
dating
happening,
lives.
New York City live.
New York
Yeah.
City. Yeah, well, thank you so much for listening. You can follow us on Instagram at Teenager Therapy if you want to keep up and see pictures of everything we're up to. You can see how we're living. You can follow our personals on our Instagram at Gael Aitor, at _Kayla Suarez, at _Thomas Pham.
We never plug our personal.
know.
I know, which is crazy because I'm like, wow, some of you guys listen, but you don't like parasocially seek out your Instagrams because I would.
Oh, I totally would.
Yeah, right?
So you would what?
Like if I listen to a podcast, I seek out their Instagram to see
Oh,
like, who
for
really
sure.
are
For
you?
sure.
But also, I feel like my Instagram persona isn't like this persona, so
Oh,
you guys are
same.
probably seeing that. I'm like, huh?
Same.
But just don't question it.
Don't ask questions.
Yeah, don't ask questions. Just don't.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.